¿Dónde estáis?
¡Un forastero!
I'll try.
¡Sé que estáis ahí! Podéis correr, pero no os podéis esconder. ¿Dónde
¡Un
estáis?
forastero!
Who the fuck keeps on seeing me? This section's so fucking broken. For some reason, somebody at a distance just sees you through a wall.
You hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks.
Anytime. Ashley!
This is so fucking stupid! Not only is that woman able to interrupt me when I'm in the middle of reviving her, but even when I do revive Ashley, she just stands there. She just fucking stands there. And just lets another enemy grab her. This is such a dumb sequence. And I'm having to use exploits, because I need to save up on so much ammunition to handle the Bellow Sisters. I'm having to somehow scrape by with very limited ammunition. Ashley lags behind so much. The fucking enemies have no flinch animations and have way too much life. And she's just pushing me around because she's sprinting. Because that's somehow, like, interesting design. That's somehow survival horror design.
Leave me alone.
An old woman like her, and she's not going to flinch at all.
Put me down.
No flinch. No flinch. I mean, that was a flinch then, but that was a partial flinch. No fucking flinches. That just looks so fucking stupid. I cannot believe people defend random stuns in this game, and they think it looks believable, and they think it somehow serves its purpose. In a fast-paced game like Resident Evil 4 Remake, where every quick decision matters, and the enemies are so aggressive, you need flinch animations like that. Not to mention Resident Evil 4, the original, actually pioneered the start of realistic feedback on shots, the way the body actually reacts to shots with the granados. And somehow the random stuns actually make sense, and they somehow look fun to look at. They actually look believable. Who are these fucking retards that say this? All these random stuns do is they force me to rely upon exploits because they couldn't program a more competent combat system. The random stuns only add less trust to your weapons, less trust to the gameplay, and when you can't even trust your fundamental mechanics, you have provided no incentive for me to respect the game. You have only provided more incentive for me to just use exploits to my advantage to balance a shitty game out, which is what I'm doing right now, because for this stupid sequence, Ashley lags behind so much, not to mention there are so many moments where for some reason the enemy spots you out of the blue, even though you're behind a wall. Who the fuck is seeing me? It can't possibly be the two Molotov guys up there. They're not even looking in my direction. Not to mention they're supposed to have limited range at nighttime, and then you have so many fucking enemies in this sequence. So many enemies that don't flinch, have way too much life.
Leave me alone. Stop.
You even have a brute here.
Put me down.
I mean, like, what the fuck is the game expecting you to do? And you have that phantom range on the torch just then. I've already shown that in the poor designs video. Thanks for rolling into the bear trap, Leon. Great fucking design, Leon. And I just love all these pig-headed individuals calling this game a masterpiece, calling it a true survival horror experience, more survival horror than the original Resident Evil 4. Yet after seeing that, and you're telling me there are no problems with this game. Not to mention all the poor designs. You look at my poor designs, you see how much this game is so badly programmed. It's all indicative of rushed development. You're just seeing the game being a game in the worst possible ways ever with shit programming. And you're telling me there are no problems. You're telling me that this doesn't affect casual play. And you have all these fucking retards telling me to enjoy the game for what it is. Yet when stuff like that is getting in the way of even a casual playthrough, and it's preventing me from actually enjoying the game, how the fuck can you say, oh, you need to learn how to enjoy the game, when you have all these roadblocks like this? All these fucking people want to say this game encourages weapon diversity. This game actually has a better combat system than the original Resident Evil 4. And nobody has mentioned how shit Ashley is in this game at all. I think they only call Ashley good because she doesn't have a health bar, but she is so fucking incompetent in this game. She lags behind all the time. Anything just takes her down. And she just stands there when the enemies are nearby. She doesn't even follow you.
Put me down.
And look at this, like, enemies running into you and they can make you flinch. I don't even know what this... And look at that, just making me flinch for no fucking reason at all. No justification for this mechanic. What is the fucking point in putting in this animation when you have a push animation, and vice versa? What's the fucking point in putting in the push animation if the enemies can push you by just simply sprinting into you? I'm not even gonna bother doing sneak kills on the enemies because I'm in a combat status, and even though the enemies aren't aware of me, the game's going to prioritize the combat execution rather than the stealth execution because that somehow makes any fucking sense. Even though these enemies clearly don't know where I am. I mean, right now they do. And what? Okay, how did... I don't understand that. The enemy was nowhere near a doorway for them to escape, and they somehow took Ashley away. That is so fucking stupid. I've been farther away from Ashley, and it has never penalized me. Fucking under the mayo. God, that video he made for Resident Evil 4 Remake is so fucking cringe. It's like a fucking alien made it. What fucking game was he playing, guys? It's like he played, like, this, something equivalent to the Cyberpunk 2077 demo or whatever it is. Like, the fucking demo for Cyberpunk 2077 was all fake. The developers admitted this. They made a fake demo because the game wasn't even finished to even allow a vertical slice to be made, to be shown to the public at, like, E3. So they faked the entire thing. And I'm guessing Under the Mayo played something similar to that. I haven't watched the video yet, but I know my subscribers have mentioned all the dumb things he said. I would like to do this stealthily, believe me, guys. But the problem is, I have fucking knife durability, and I need knife durability if I'm gonna stand a chance against the Chainsaw Sisters, because they have way too much fucking life. Even though I need to only kill one of the Bella Sisters. The one Bella Sister I need to kill has so much fucking life. The shotgun doesn't make her flinch. The pistol does fuck all against her. The knife doesn't flinch her at all.
Right now.
And there are so many fucking enemies. Not to mention the environments are so claustrophobic, the flinch animations are of no use to you. It's all just conflicting mentalities. It's all fucking conflicting mentalities. Just like I said millions of times with this game. Just mixing together Resident Evil 1 Remake / Resident Evil 2 Remake mentalities with Resident Evil 4 mentalities. You have the random stuns that don't contribute to the basic gameplay format of Resident Evil 4. You have the enemies having so much fucking life that it disincentivizes you from even partaking in the combat, for even, like, playing the earlier sections normally. You're having to rely upon exploits to have the right amount of ammo and durability to handle these sequences. In order to even make this work for the Bella Sisters coming up and for the later encounters, I have to make sure Ashley gets grabbed, and she's still following me, so I need to split up from her. And she keeps fucking following me. Stop fucking following me, you idiot! Get fucking grabbed! Come on. Grab her already, let's go! Thank you!
Ashley.
And she's going the right way. And she decided to grab me for some bizarre reason. I was clearly in a leashing area, she was backing up, she wasn't trying to attack me, now she decides to attack me. Why? Where's the fucking logic in that? Like, how is this sequence designed for stealth? You can't even use the bolt thrower for this sequence because it does fuck all damage. Just pitiful damage.
What's gonna happen to me?
It doesn't kill the enemies instantly. You have enemies just spotting you out of the blue for whatever bizarre reason, because the scripting on the enemies is broken in this sequence, as I've indicated so many times in my poor designs of Resident Evil 4 Remake series. I'm probably going to reach, like, part 20. And there's still gonna be more issues to showcase with Resident Evil 4 Remake, because this is the most broken Resident Evil game ever made. This is the most rushed Resident Evil game ever made. This is the worst remake of a game I've ever played. And this is the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. And you have fucking idiots from 1996, like Under the Mayo, defending this game for the stupidest reasons ever. Then you have people like Ballback Soup, equally as incompetent. I hope to God Carcinogen SDA. I know he hates this game. He actually hates this game, and it's good that he hates this game. But I hope to God he's seeing all these fucking issues.
I'm coming for you.
No!
Yeah, Leon, don't go after her. She literally said no. This game would be so much better if she didn't exist. This is the worst AI system I've ever seen in a game. Not just in a Resident Evil game, in a game. Not even the AI in Resident Evil 6 are as bad as this. She's still fucking pushing me. That's so fucking stupid. Leon, someone who has gone on how many punishing missions and he's reached the peak of physical conditioning is being pushed around by a granny. By a fucking granny. Yeah, when I came to this game, this is what I expected to be playing, guys. I truly am playing a survival horror game. Emphasis on the word game. How anyone can look at this and consider it like a 10 out of 10 or a 15 out of 10 game, I have no fucking idea. That's the state of society right now. Society's just filled with fucking retards who can't see 2 feet in front of them. It's right under your fucking noses when you're playing this game. And you're telling me you've never encountered these kind of issues before. You're telling me that these issues aren't issues? You're saying it's all me? You're saying it's a skill issue? You're saying it has nothing to do with poor balancing or anything like that?
Put me down!
What did I fucking tell you? He would do a combat execution. A fucking combat execution, even though she wasn't even aware of me, because I was in her leashing area. But even when you're in combat with one enemy and the other enemies aren't alerted to you, you cannot do stealth kill animations on them for some bizarre reason.
Stop! No!
And the pathing on the enemies is so terrible. Look at her, she's just walking into walls! She's walking into fucking walls!
No!
She's fucking drunk, look at this!
No!
Can't even navigate through the environment correctly when holding on to Ashley.
Stop!
No problems like this in the original version of Resident Evil 4. This is modern gaming, guys. This is the future of gaming right now.
Please!
This is 2023. And we can't do something as simple as script pathing on an enemy.
Please stop!
They're going after Ashley.
No!
Look at this. Whoa. And I got caught in the bear trap. Remind me again how new Capcom is amazing, guys. Remind me again how these developers are supposedly AAA. This is such a fucking insulting game.
Right.
It's not like I'm trying to do this for fun or anything with just using this trick. It's because I'm trying to make this a balanced experience. I'm trying to do this to actually help the normal experience. Because the fucking developers designed a broken game. And they want you to use the merchant system like crazy. Because they couldn't bother putting any of the weapons from the merchant into the natural world of Resident Evil 4 Remake. And they wanted to put in a challenge saying, don't talk to the merchant throughout the entire game.
Oh, yes, Leon!
Look at the fucking range she got on that grab. Why is she running away? Where is she going? She was running away for some reason. What the hell is she doing? What the hell is she doing right now?
Leon!
Oh, come on. Why is he coming back?
Put me down!
What the hell is this enemy doing? What is he doing?
Leon!
What is he doing?
Help! Leon!
And you gotta love the inconsistent stuns. Even though the enemy's preoccupied with picking up Ashley and walking away, his defenses are lowered, he will not fucking flinch. How the hell is this meant to promote the survival horror aspect? How does this make the game scarier? Well, he's not even fucking flinching to stuff like this. when he's just preoccupied with something else when his guard is lowered. I have no clue how long I have to wait before he actually gets far enough away that I have to move. But it's all dependent upon his crappy pathfinding.
Leon!
What is he doing? Look at him!
Stop!
Look at him! What the fuck is wrong with the AI on this game? Fucking bear trap! I can't even get out of the way of the bear trap because I'm trying to sprint, but unfortunately your movement is so fucking sluggish when you're sprinting.
Guess we're doing this.
My god. The number of stuns just then. What? That's bullshit! I was like right next to her! You know another reason why I need to do this? Is because I need to save an absurd amount of pistol ammo for the switch sequence in the castle area in chapter 7. The amount of pistol ammo I need for the switch sequence where Ashley has to turn those two switches and she refuses to move because as long as an enemy is near her, she never ever tries to fucking move towards the switches.
Leave me alone!
Wow, great design, game. Great fucking design with those grabs. Why does he even need to do the torch attack then? He might as well just grab me every time, as long as there's an enemy nearby. Same with the other attacks. When unarmed enemies are more dangerous than armed enemies, your balancing is completely wrong. Point blank shot to the head with a shotgun. And she's still alive. Somehow. I'm not wasting knife durability, but come on. The logic in the decapitations on this game makes no sense.
Put me down!
No fucking sense at all.
Put me down!
New Capcom couldn't even design this section competently, or even like normally, and actually remove a lot of the broken designs present with this section. They couldn't do all of that, just so I didn't have to resort to this. Just fucking... Oh my god.
Please stop! No! Help! Leave me alone!
Jesus Christ, how the fuck is this brute so much faster than me? He's a big guy! He's a heavy guy! And he's somehow faster than me! He doesn't even make any noise!
Please stop! Put me down!
Oh, come on! This is so fucking dumb! The combat systems and the enemy designs just aren't befitting for running past these enemies at all. Not even using the shotgun is enough. It's too fucking slow. And there's always the possibility that the enemy will transform. They'll then stun me. Or like you have other enemies just grabbing you all the time whenever there are other enemies around. It's just a fucking mess. This is not survival horror. It's just leading to a frustrating gameplay experience of being forced to save all my ammunition by using these kind of methods because the sections aren't designed well enough to accommodate the flow of gameplay when it comes to ammunition, when it comes to the combat sequences, when it comes to the stealth sequences. I'm having to break the gameplay down to a rudimentary level. I'm having to resort to these awkward strategies to have enough ammo for the bullet-spongy enemies coming up, the bullet-spongy bosses. And they want to design the enemy attacks like this. They want to design the stuns like this. They want to design the weapons like this. It's just fucking stupid. What? That's bullshit! I was looking right at her. Normally she's just supposed to turn around. Why did she leave?
Stick close.
Okay.
They can't even program a normal walk cycle for this guy. Why does he always walk into the bear trap on his normal stealth cycle? And now he's just standing there. Why is he just standing there? He's supposed to continue down his path After being caught in the bear trap, but he's just standing there now. Jeez, who designed the fucking stealth in this section? And who designed the placement of the bear traps? And who designed the programming on the enemy stealth paths? It's clear this game was not meant to have stealth in the beginning. If he's doing all these combat animations, if he's not even going to do any kind of proper stealth route, if the enemies are going to spot me out of the blue, even though I'm hiding behind a wall right over here. Oh, now he's suddenly moving. Why? What is wrong with this game? This is so fucking broken.
Guess we're doing this.
And that woman somehow saw me, even though I was directly underneath her. Oh, this works? This actually works? I can't believe that works. So that's one utility for the third-person cover trick, it seems. God, the stealth is so bad in this game. I'm having to resort to those kind of methods to make this work, because they designed this section with the merchant in mind, stealth-wise. And even then, the bolt thrower doesn't kill these enemies very well. So fucking dumb. That is so fucking dumb. Yeah, what do you bet some retard is gonna be like, oh, you were always meant to do that, so every other time you were playing the section supposedly like a normal person, it was wrong. Really? That's what you want to say? The fact that new Capcom couldn't design the stealth competently in this game, getting spotted out of nowhere, and I'm having to try all these other methods like getting Ashley grabbed so that she's pulled over there. I'm going to do all these sorts of things to make the gameplay work, to make this walkthrough actually work, to make this professional difficulty mode work. None of it was working, and then I just randomly used the third-person cover trick out of nowhere, and it somehow worked. This is such a bizarre stealth system. It really is. I do wonder if convulsed enemies can actually alert the enemies in this area and cause them to raise the alarm. If they can, that's really stupid, because they can't communicate. And I get there's a whole hive mind thing going on, but this is... They completely ignore it for like 95% of the game, and it only shows up at the developer's convenience. And also, it just makes no sense for parasites to have that kind of hive mind. And of course, Ashley can be seen, yet you have no control over her fucking movement. You can't tell her to wait in a spot by aiming at a spot and pressing X or something. Nothing like that. So you're at the mercy of her free movement and the inability to actually change her direction or place her somewhere else. And all of this, combined with the enemy's ability to see her, adds yet another reason why she's the worst AI system in this game.
Quietly.
What?
Guess we're doing this.
This guy didn't even see me! How the fuck did I get seen? What the fuck is this? This is yet again another example of how broken the sequence is, because you get spotted out of nowhere!
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Don't follow me, Ashley. I need her here so that she won't attract the attention of the enemies. Ashley, stop. Fucking Ashley, why do you not stay where you are? I'm telling you to split up, I'm telling you to wait right there, and you're just ambiently moving. What the fuck were the developers thinking? Why would they remove the ability to keep her in a safe spot while you deal with the enemies? Instead, she's just wandering about like some annoying child. Like some annoying 2-year-old. And she's drawing the attention of the enemies and ruining my strategy.
Sé que estáis ahí. Leon!
And I got seen! How? How the fuck did I get seen?
Pero no os podéis.
They're not even looking for me! They don't even know where I am! Why did I get seen?
Spread out.
Okay.
With me.
What?
Okay.
Okay, it's alright.
Why can't I get her in the locker? Ashley, get in the fucking locker. Can you not put Ashley into lockers on professional difficulty? Are you fucking kidding me? They design... You're putting it there. Not to mention she's gonna get in the way of the gameplay. Why the fuck do you remove the ability to hide her in lockers?
On me.
Hey,
Are you fucking...
Spread out.
hang on.
Stick close.
No problem.
This is so fucking stupid. This is really retarded. Now they're admitting they want to make the gameplay awkward. They want to make an awkward gameplay experience the official difficulty for this game. If they're removing the ability to put her in lockers.
Okay.
What fucking developer puts this in a hardest difficulty? What developer removes this kind of mechanic on a harder difficulty? Oh, wait, never mind. So all of a sudden the locker's working. Why wasn't it working earlier? I tried to place her into this locker, nothing happened. I tried to place her into that locker, nothing happened. All of a sudden it's working. God, why is this game so fucking buggy? And people want to say this works? You can't even place her in the fucking locker randomly out of the blue for whatever reason. It's the first time I've ever had this bug. And all of a sudden it's gone. Seriously fucking brain dead. Every time I thought this game couldn't get worse, it just keeps on surprising me. Now it's just getting locker bugs. Remember guys, this is supposedly a 10 out of 10 / 15 out of 10 game. And now I'm getting bugs like this, among other bugs, among other poor designs.
¿Qué coño?
¡No dejéis que se escapen! ¡Malditos cerdos!
Yeah, that's exactly why there should be random stuns. The guy gets faster animations than me. He gets so much more range than me. I have to deal with the sluggish movement. Like, all of these factors should not warrant random stuns. But apparently random stuns are good now. For whatever reason. Because the developers... They've lost all sight as to what makes a game a game. They didn't even consider the overall designs of this game. And how it doesn't complement the idea of random stuns before implementing the random stuns.
We're doing this.
I don't know why the sequence is working all of a sudden. I don't know why I'm not getting spotted out of the blue. It just makes no fucking sense that they could make such a broken sequence like that.
But quietly.
What?
Guess we're doing this.
I don't understand. Why is this section so fucking buggy? This guy hasn't even seen me! And I got spotted for no reason! That is so fucking dumb. I don't know why, but the developers didn't have the foresight to realize another possible stealth kill animation when enemies crouch like that. So, that stealth kill I did just then, that was not a stealth kill. That was a combat execution. For some reason, Leon defaults to doing a combat execution whenever he does any kind of knife execution on enemies that are crouched on the ground, even when you're in a stealth status. And because of the fact that stealth kills, for some unknown reason, take off less durability than combat executions, even though Leon is stabbing them in the same general area, This poor design caused me to lose more durability than usual, all because of the state the enemy was in, because New Capcom was so stupid as to not put in a unique stealth kill animation for enemies that are crouched on the ground. That right there is just fucking lazy, almost about as lazy as the people that say, oh, random stuns are good for the game. So what? You're encouraging the developers to do less work with their games, and that somehow fulfills the idea of challenge? The people who say that have no idea what challenge is. Now they're gonna say this is part of the challenge, that just because the enemy is crouched on the ground, and Leon does a combat execution instead of a stealth kill animation, that's part of the challenge. Really? That kind of clunky design, that kind of broken design, that kind of lazy design, that kind of design that only results from a lack of foresight, and there's no logic to it. These aren't mutually exclusive, guys. These are people that think these are good ideas for a challenge, for a harder challenge. Fucking retards.
Put me down! Put me down!
This is so fucking silly. Random stuns make the game more challenging. Give me a fucking break. That makes the game look challenging. That makes the game look believable. That makes the game look logical. That's the laziest form of difficulty design I have ever seen. I cannot believe people associate stuns, logical stuns on enemies, with the idea of challenge. That just sounds so fucking uneducated, a statement. Oh, that's another thing too. The people who think that random stuns are somehow okay for challenge, in that they somehow contribute to a functional experience, or the kind of people that think that having an enemy be crouched and having Leon do the combat execution rather than a stealth execution every time on a crouched enemy, and it drains off more durability than the regular stealth kill animation for some bizarre reason, contributes to the challenge. These same people who embrace these ridiculous notions about challenge probably think that it's actually challenging that Leon is forced to bring Ashley with him to combat and stealth encounters for whatever bizarre reason, even though it doesn't make any fucking sense. And Ashley, you can't even control her properly. You can't tell her to go sit in a spot. You can't tell her to stay back or anything. You can't control her movement properly so that she's not standing out of cover and being spotted by the enemies or being prioritized by the enemies. Those people think that the way Ashley's AI is designed contributes to an actual good challenge. And there's no such thing as a good challenge. A challenge only falls within the realm of functionality and common sense, not in the realm of stupidity and illogical scenarios. That's how fucking dense these people are when they want to go on and on about the idea of challenge. Stop throwing around a word you clearly do not understand, or have given much thought to, or have actually looked at the nuances and the actual depth involved with what actually constitutes a challenge.
Company, keep moving.
Why? Why did I get spotted? Who the hell is seeing me? This guy didn't see me. He's not aware of me. He's just doing his normal stealth route. That guy over there is too far away. Why am I getting seen for no reason? Okay, what the fuck? How did he see me through the wall? It's like, not only is this guy's normal stealth path so fucking weird because he walks into a bear trap every time, then he comes over to my direction to continue his path, and he magically sees me through a wall. Why the fuck is this game so broken? So fucking stupid. I just look so fucking silly. Leon, a guy who has gone through how many punishing missions, he's reached the peak of physical conditioning, supposedly, in this remake, unlike in the original where it was actually confirmed he reached the peak of physical conditioning. A guy like him getting pushed around by an old man who's just simply sprinting into them because for some reason they thought it was a good idea to make the player flinch whenever an enemy is just sprinting into the player. And it doesn't matter if it's intentional, it doesn't matter if it's a pathfinding issue where, like, in the event of trying to position themselves correctly to hit the player, they decide to sprint into you because they can't identify the path correctly, and therefore it just makes you flinch. That's somehow good? That's somehow a challenge? That's somehow logical? That's somehow fine? Are you fucking serious? Nice Phantom Range game. Wow, that is so fucking stupid. I made the guy flinch, and I'm guessing I must have shot him in the leg or something. I don't know why he decided to flinch forward. That's not how physics works. But whenever you knock over enemies with the shotgun and they end up like being knocked into you, it makes you flinch, and it nearly fucked with my deflection just then. In what fucking game do your own shotgun stuns make you flinch if an enemy gets knocked into you? I've never heard of a game doing this. How badly programmed is this knockback mechanic with Leon? To the point where it's even applied to enemies like this that get knocked over by your own weapon. So fucking stupid. This is so fucking dumb. Like, why am I able to fire the pistol around the corner without any consequence, yet Leon recalls his shotgun? And even when I'm outside of the corner, he just recalls his shotgun, yet he doesn't recall his pistol. Jesus Christ, who designed the weapons on this game? Why did they assign, like, different team members to each of the different weapons? And they each had different mentalities with how they classified the weapons. And I'm only having to resort to this method because the stealth is broken on this part, as you've seen plenty of times with the previous parts of this poor designs video. Like, look, why is he recalling his shotgun? He's not facing a corner. Stop working. I'm mashing the button. Nothing's happening. And yet this suddenly works. Why? Where's the fucking logic in that? What? How the fuck are you still alive? Why are Molotov cocktails so bad at killing enemies when you shoot them out of their hands? Thanks, Ashley, for fucking up my strategy of getting past the enemies. Why the fuck can the enemy see Ashley when you have no control over her? The loose formation function doesn't do anything to fix this issue. It's so fucking retarded. Why they don't let you keep Ashley somewhere else so that she doesn't get in the way, I have no idea. Wow, did she just walk over the bear trap? I noticed this plenty of times in Chapter 2 as well, during my earlier runs of Professional, but sometimes the enemies can do this weird animation where they're like stepping sideways while they're moving forwards. And they somehow avoid the bear trap. That's so fucking broken. Of course she's still alive. I don't understand. I shot that Molotov out of her hand. That should have killed her. But the hit detection on the fire when it's trying to engulf a Ganado is terrible. And it doesn't instantly kill them. Like, if that was Evil Within and I shot that Molotov out of her hand, she would be dead. She would go into a specific flail animation and just die. This, they just walk through the fire whenever they want to. Or just choose to stand there and finally die. And it's not instant, which is so stupid. So she was able to survive that Molotov. I thought I could use that time to get past the enemies, and nothing happened. She just saw me. It's so fucking retarded. Once again, she was crouched on the ground. I go to do a typical stealth kill on her. Leon instead does the combat execution as a substitute to a stealth kill animation for enemies on the ground. How the fuck could new Capcom not have the forward knowledge to realize that they needed to put in a stealth kill animation specific for crouched enemies? Or just teleport her into the normal stealth kill animation? Why is he doing the combat execution? And the combat executions take off more durability than the stealth executions for no reason, even though he's stabbing them in the same area. So because that enemy was crouched on the ground, and I was just trying to do a regular stealth kill, it took off more durability. That's so fucking stupid.
Guess we're doing this.
I love how that guy That guy there is still on his normal stealth route, yet the other enemies are coming after me. So why the hell is that even a thing where the reinforcements act independent of the enemies on this normal stealth route? That just goes to show how fucking broken this game is, and I was aiming the entire time to keep Ashley behind me. That's the only form of control you have over Ashley. But without killing those Molotov guys, it just doesn't work very well. Great detection game. Why the hell would they map the knife execution prompt to the melee button? Do you have any idea the amount of times you accidentally do a melee action when you're trying to actually do the knife execution animation because of how bad the detection is? Or when you accidentally press it early and you accidentally do that running attack, you hit the enemy on accident and it might potentially fuck with your detection. Like, why is it not mapped to like X or something? You have an interact button, just make that the button for doing stealth kills. Don't map it to the fucking melee button. If it's gonna be this clunky, like, what the fuck is wrong with the developers? If fucking Evil Within can have a dedicated stealth prompt where you hold R1 and press X to do stealth kill animations, or just in Evil Within 2, you just simply press X to do stealth kill animations. Why the fuck can't this game do something like that? Like, why is this game so far behind modern times with designing button prompts? If fucking Rocksteady can design a better stealth attack button with pressing triangle to do silent takedowns or other forms of takedowns, like with Square, with the fear takedown from Batman Arkham Knight, why can't this game deliver better detection and a bit more common sense when allocating the stealth kill function to a button? Don't allocate it to the melee button. Allocate it to some other button. And once again, I get spotted for no reason. This guy's not aware of me. That guy's too far away. Who the fuck spotted me just then? Wow. That's how you do a dodge animation. Even when you dodge it, you get hit at the end. Because of really clunky movement, because of really clunky designs with the AI. Awesome. Yeah, she's somehow seeing me through the geometry. That one Molotov girl up there. That is so fucking stupid.
Guess we're doing this.
And why does the timing have to be so specific to avoid those reinforcements? Wow, I love that. Fucking pitchfork guy is somehow able to elicit better stuns than my guns. Every time he charges, he's able to flinch these chainsaw ladies, and my guns don't do any of that at all. Yeah, random stuns. Where's the fucking sense in that again? When the fucking enemies can get more consistent stuns like this? Fucking random stuns element just makes us more fucking awkward. Doesn't have any sense of challenge. Leads through a broken experience. And then when you see enemies doing consistent stuns like this, you just can't help but laugh at the sheer stupidity of the developers and at retarded comments like that you hear from toxic fans. I'm wasting so much of my precious ammo trying to do this very awkward sequence so that I can avoid the crappy combat and all this kind of stuff. The crappy combat, the awkward AI, the bullshit attacks, the bullshit hitboxes, the sluggish movement. Trying to nullify so many of those factors because of how badly designed this sequence is. Where's the fucking challenge here? If I'm having to waste ammo to bypass poor designs, how the fuck does that contribute to a real sense of challenge?
Come on. Are you even feeling this?
Gotta love the way these random stuns work. Why I flinched her consistently like 2 times and then she's suddenly ignoring the rest of the stuns. How does that look good? How does that promote challenge? How exactly does that seem appealing for a survival horror game? How exactly is this befitting for Resident Evil 4 Remake's faster-paced gameplay? Somebody explain that to me, because this is seriously fucking retarded. In a survival horror game, your guns are supposed to have meaning. It shouldn't be so stripped down like this, to the point where I'm having to rely upon exploits, where I'm having to just... I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I shouldn't have to explain this to human beings, for crying out loud. Fuck me. Shit. What do I do? What the hell do I do? I'm not gonna waste ammo trying to kill the enemies. I need this ammo for Pitoris Mendez in the later sequences. I mean, there is just zero thought put into this sequence. And I'm having to use leashes to actually isolate the chainsaw ladies. Just so I can actually kill one of them and not have any hassle from the other enemies. Because they couldn't design the environment well enough, they couldn't design the combat well enough. Like, why does there have to be this many enemies? in a game that has the worst combat systems I've ever seen in a survival horror game. I mean, I just have to hope that as she's running back, she's hitting other enemies. And she missed them somehow. Like, how is this difficult? It's just a waiting game. It just makes no sense for there to be this many enemies with a game that has a crappy combat system. They're all just stacking up by the door. It just really feels like my only option is to use the Molotov guys somehow. But these enemies take forever to get over here. And that guy is just throwing Molotovs to the geometry for some reason. Alright, let me just get her back. Hopefully she hits the enemies. But I think they're faster than her. I just don't understand why she doesn't kill the enemies instantly. It's a fucking chainsaw. It kills me instantly. Why doesn't it kill the enemies instantly? I'm just gonna be running back and forth, luring enemies, hoping the chainsaw lady actually does something. There's one Bella sister. And look at this. I'm gonna be stuck here for a fucking hour, trying to do this. This is not even a fucking game at this point, this is a fucking alpha. This is so fucking brain dead. This is so mind-numbing. This is so mindless. Aliens designed this section. Aliens that have no common sense and somehow don't exist in our reality. They come from some other reality where the rules of reality are just completely different. The rules of common sense are completely different. Where the fuck is the gameplay here? I don't know what's up with that guy. See, now they're all just coming back. And how long do I have to wait in order to do this? Do I have to, like, wait for, what, like 5 minutes, and then they all go back to a point far away from the door? You just don't have the ammo to do this sequence. And I've seen a lot of people just spam that bow gun and just spam a bunch of mines and it kills the Bella sisters quickly, but that looks so fucking stupid. Not to mention, they don't want you to do this because they put in a challenge where they don't want you to use the merchant. And even with the merchant, the sequence is fucking awful. But I think now's my chance. As long as the enemies don't get super speed, I should be fine. Where is she? Ashley, where are you? Okay, there you are. Jesus Christ, the amount of times I had to reset this room to make this fucking work. Come on, Ashley, fucking get over here. That's all luck and bullshit right there. Because they were so brain dead when designing this. This is clearly in a fucking alpha stage. And yet this game somehow released to the public in this rushed state. There's not even a sequence in Resident Evil Village that's anything like this. I seriously cannot believe this game is getting 10s out of 10s and 15s out of 10s. Yet people are so oblivious as to not see the fucking issue staring them in the face. The combat is not built for these kind of scenarios. They put way too many enemies, they have no flinch animations, they have far too much life. You have the Bella sisters with their instant kill capabilities. And for some reason, they don't kill the enemies instantly, and it just looks so fucking stupid. You have the Plaga type A's. At any moment, they could just do that whip attack and just damage you. You have no options at your disposal here, and there's far too many enemies for this sequence. This is not even a recipe for disaster. This is like a black hole sucking everything in until there's nothing left. Kind of stupid. And it's not just restricted to this chapter, it's present on every single fucking chapter in this game. How fucking This is not even dense or deluded or idiotic or incompetent at this point. Like I said, this game has to find a new level of incompetency, but honestly, this section is so far below even that. And all the toxic fans want to defend this kind of design and say everything that I've just said is all part of the survival horror design. Really? Breaking a game down to a rudimentary level, just realizing you are in a game, just having to use these gamey designs to your advantage to bypass the lackadaisical and lazy nature displayed by the developers, this is what you're considering survival horror? And you have all these idiots being like, oh, random stuns are good for the game, yet this is not befitting for a game with this many enemies, with this many aggressive enemies. Just enemies placed so poorly in the environment. It's so fucking... I shouldn't have to explain this. It doesn't fit the designs, the core designs of this fucking game. Random stuns don't fit the core designs of this game. Neither does having this much life for the enemies. Or just making the guns so fucking gimped, or Leon's sluggish movement. Or the flex system, and just the way it works with the knife durability. It's all just so fucking bad. Mix matching of mentalities. Just crumpled together to make this shit game that should never have been released to the public in the first place if it's this fucking unpolished and unrefined and so rushed in its nature. This goes far beyond just being at a loss of words with me personally at this point. I don't even know how to describe this anymore. I don't know how to describe it because this is not something that exists in our reality. This comes from some other reality. It's like this whole entire team just came from some alternate reality where the rules of reality are completely different. The rules of common sense are completely different. The laws of physics are entirely different. What is this? How can they consider this ready to be released to the public? This many enemies, they're all clustering by the door. If I put the crank in, Ashley's going to get out and just fuck me over. It takes far too long to turn the crank. You can't tell Ashley to just turn the crank while you defend her from the enemies. Because it didn't have the foresight to even put in a partner command like this and actually make Ashley useful for a change. Seriously, like, why are the developers of this game so fucking retarded? It's like a bunch of high schoolers made this fucking game. Not even high schoolers, it's... Like I've said many times, it's just made by fucking aliens. I can't rationalize any normal human being thinking that this is ready to be released to the public, thinking that the section works as intended, thinking that the combat systems aren't being invalidated, thinking that the flinch animations are acceptable, thinking that the durability system on the knife works in this kind of situation, thinking that not putting in a partner command system for Ashley to get on the crank is somehow acceptable, thinking that making Ashley automatically get out of the locker whenever you put the crank in is acceptable, thinking that there should be this many enemies for this fucking sequence. This is a new level of retardation, guys. A new level of incompetence, as I've already specified millions of times with this stupid game. And more, I don't even think this is even an alpha anymore. I don't think this is a game. I don't think this is an alpha. Like, what is below an alpha? Is there anything below an alpha? Because that's what this entire experience is. It's so below what it means to be brain dead. It's so below what it means to be mindless. It's so below what it means to be mind-numbing. It's so below what it means to be poorly constructed. It's so below what it means to be a retard. It is so below what it means to be incompetent. And they're gone. Jeez, how many times do I have to reset the room before this actually works? Yeah, I'm gonna have to just keep on resetting this area by just staying in the out of bounds area. So I probably need to stay out of bounds, go back inbounds to aggro the enemies, and then just repeat that process. That's the only chance I have. And now this guy's here. He wasn't here earlier. Like... least when I put him back into a de-aggroed state, he'll likely run all the way back. I'm having to do all of this to save on so much ammunition because the later encounters are so badly balanced. Not even this amount of ammunition is good enough for the later encounters. Maybe that's what this series should be called now. Rather than Poor Designs of Resident Evil 4 Remake, I should just be like, how to not design Resident Evil 4 Remake. How to not design a game. How to not be incompetent. Jesus Christ, how far back do I have to run? How many times do I have to reset this room before the enemies go away and fuck off, so I can actually use the crank on the door? Are they still there? And look at all these fires everywhere. Like, why can't you just collapse these fires? They spill onto the ground, and it just sets enemies on fire. You can shoot lanterns for crying out loud, and they release fire. That was a stealth kill. And this guy just knows. So why was I able to do a stealth kill instead of a combat execution just then? Jesus Christ, why is this section so fucking bad? Bad is just too weak of a word to describe how badly designed this entire sequence is. But now's my chance. Fucking course. Jesus Christ, why does this turn so fucking slowly? Just get fucking Ashley to get on the fucking crank! Why the fuck are you doing it yourself when you could easily be defending Ashley? What a dense motherfucker you are, piece of shit, Leon. This fake version of Leon. What a fucking pathetic section. And of course, there's that. This is why I don't understand why they put this many enemies here. There's so many opportunities for the combat to fail. There's so many opportunities for the enemies to start spamming grab like crazy. This is taking way too long. Okay, so now I need to reset this area over and over and over again. Just gotta keep resetting the room. So it just seems like I'm going back into a stealth profile. It was a combat execution for some reason. Just need to keep resetting the room. Yeah, so keep resetting the room until you're back in the stealth profile. Is the music even playing during this? It is. Yeah, so the music's dishonest. So you pretty much have to reset back to a stealth profile, kill the guys who are still on you because they don't revert back to a stealth profile for some reason. Hopefully this works. Yeah. That seems to be my only chance to do the sequence. It's so fucking bad.
No, I'm okay.
Does anyone even know that you can go into a stealth profile if you just keep doing what I'm doing and resetting the room?
Seems this isn't your first time running from creeps.
Honestly.